What's up, everyone? Luckside here. Welcome back to the channel. We're off to the start of what may be a very good week in crypto, but let's talk about the future, because there was a point that came up from Charles Hoskinson again that he doubled down on. He said some pretty wild things throughout time, but this one is one that may surprise a lot of people, and that is that Bitcoin will not survive. So I want to talk about, is this actually the case? Will Bitcoin die and fade away? What does this mean for ADA itself and frankly, the rest of the crypto market? So if you're new to the channel and haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's go ahead and get into it. Now, Charles Hoskinson basically came out back in December during an interview, and he said that Bitcoin is not a self-sufficient blockchain, as it needs the crypto industry and exchanges to be able to survive itself, but the industry does not need Bitcoin anymore. So this was given again back in December. He was asked again just either yesterday or the day before if he still felt this way about Bitcoin, and he answered yes. It is good to have some assets like this, such as digital gold, but at any moment, another asset with a claim to replace the precious metal may emerge with better science behind it. He also called Bitcoin a religion, not an ecosystem. He said that the first cryptocurrency should grow, adapt, and shape to survive the long term. Now, here's the thing. Do I believe that Bitcoin is dying and going away? I don't believe that's the case at all. But do I see Bitcoin being passed at some point? I do. All right. When we look at what has been happening to Bitcoin throughout time, you guys can see that Bitcoin dominance has had a very significant trend. And that is that dominance is in fact on the drop. You're seeing Bitcoin's hold over the crypto market fade and fade and fade over time. Now, just looking at this chart alone, guys, this drop from right over here all the way to here, you're talking about 7 years. You're talking about most of a decade. So it takes a long time for these moves to happen. In fact, just zooming out here, you guys can see what has happened just over the past 6 years here, right? 9 years. All right. So Ethereum has actually been on the rise versus BTC, gaining dominance cycle after cycle. You guys can see that some other top alts in the space have been doing a very similar thing. And this is where the door is kind of left wide open for other assets in space, because frankly, Bitcoin as a tech is not very good. It's slow. It's old. It's had inflation bugs in the past. And frankly, right now, apart from a few like pet projects and things like that, nobody's really building with it. You're not seeing Bitcoin as a big adoption tool. Yes, the asset is a good store of value. You have interest from institutional money and governments and things like that. It was the first one to tap institutional money, right? But when we talk about the actual adoption of blockchain tech, you notice that people and businesses and things like that are not using Bitcoin, the blockchain itself. That is where you will see Bitcoin start to fade away. Now, what does this mean for an asset like ADA? Well, we're going from basically the time where it's the first in the market to the best in the market, the transition of tech. Okay, we have seen this in the past. For example, look at someone like Blockbuster. Blockbuster was a global giant, one of the most dominant video rental place in the world, okay? And it eventually seceded to better tech. Better tech took over and drove the new era when it came to crypto. And so now that we're getting into that time, look around the space at who has the best tech. There's some other competition in the space. There's some other ones that have been adapted and stolen some market cap from BTC, right? But when we look at who actually provides a solution for the needs of this space, it's Cardano, it's ADA, right? The Cardano blockchain is now truly decentralized. When you look at Cardano, it has 100% uptime, doesn't have inflation bugs, doesn't have exploits. The biggest thing that the Cardano blockchain that is waiting for, that people like to mention time and time again, is adoption. We're waiting for people to start using and building with Cardano in a much bigger way. And that'll take place over time, guys, right? I've said this many times. Right now isn't where you see big DeFi usage. In fact, when we look at what's taking place on something like Solana, for example, heavy early DeFi usage in this market cycle, heavy boom in meme coins, it's now fallen back to very, very low levels. It's because people are bored. There's not much excitement flowing around right now. And the thing is you see those things burst, you see adoption take place, you see big development happening later on in bull market cycles. That's why, now that we've gotten into this point with ADA and Cardano, in this era of full decentralization, people are wanting things to just boom and burst and us to just have tons and tons of users instantly. That's not how it works. Remember, right now, we have the same group of people in this bubble, and the people in the bubble are sticking to their side of the bubble right now. We had some people move to Tron because of the endorsement of meme coins and the meme deployment, right? By Justin Sun, the meme coin developer. But for the most part, when you talk about the bigger, broader use outside the space and bigger use and development for the future, it's not really happening right now. So what I have to say is will Bitcoin lose its top spot this market cycle? Probably not. But when we start talking about late next cycle, the following cycle, the years down the road, this is where I believe it will. It wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin remains a top 5 asset throughout, our lifetimes, but there will come a point where maybe something like ADA has a real shot at climbing into the top 5. All right. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. We have ways to go here. All right. I didn't even notice that Tron changed its logo. Interesting. But when we're talking about the difference between an $11 billion market cap and a $1.1 trillion market cap, I mean, we have some ground to make up. But when tech adoption starts happening, when people start realizing that tech is the driver, not just the Bitcoin name, that's where you'll see a drastic shift in the crypto market. And I believe that time will be coming in the near future. So I appreciate you guys as always. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but have a great day. Show your love. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.